I mean, Kirito grew a lot from episode 1.
Shut the fuck up.
Kirito? Were you trying to say Kirito? Oh my god, you absolute brainlet.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to episode 11 of Shitposting with the Lads. We're back after not recording for a couple weeks. We can just get right started. Start with highlights from the week. Tiger, you can go first.
All right. This week, let's see. School stuff, music stuff, and then today was my birthday. And that was really fun.
Wait,
Went
really?
out for like lunch and shit.
Wait, happy birthday, dude.
Happy
I didn't even
birthday,
know
what
that.
the hell?
Thanks.
Alright.
So it's
Wait, so
basically that,
2021?
21, yeah.
Woo!
21.
Damn.
Fucking came back and Chelsea fucking drew a game. Tilted. And then, yeah, I mean, this week, to be fair, like, recently I've been slacking off with, like, schoolwork. Like, I'm still doing it, but, like, it's just, like, lower quality shit. But overall, this week, I'm pretty happy with, like, being productive, because I got a lot of other stuff done. So that's nice.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you guys?
Skylar, I think you said you didn't really have anything.
I have nothing of note, yeah.
Okay, so I guess I started, since last recording, I started school. I think, right? I have no idea.
Shit, that was...
Did you? I don't fucking know. What are you asking us? We used
No.
to.
I'm asking since I don't. I think last time I recorded
That's
was 3
been...
weeks ago.
Really? I feel like, okay. Yeah,
Anyway.
I don't know.
So, yeah, it's been pretty busy for me. I haven't had that much time to do a bunch of stuff until this week. Actually, the interesting thing is I had a dream 2 or 3 nights ago now, where Skylar died in my dream, and then we all attended his funeral. And then I woke up feeling...
If Skylar dies...
What?
Right now, there's a 0% chance I'm flying all the way to America to attend his funeral.
Spoiler alert. Skylar's gonna fucking die.
No, but like, I don't know what happened, but like basically, like I just woke up feeling like super sad, and because I was like, we were all at his like funeral, and then we were like grieving at his funeral. I don't know. It was anyways, super random.
Wait, did people show up to my funeral? That's a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a dream.
Wait,
so I don't know.
if Skylar died right now, and his family's like holds like his funeral's in the next few days in Illinois, would you actually fly over?
Probably not. If it was like, if it was like in 3 months, and like
It's gonna be 3 months.
I would fucking decompose, dude.
Well, okay, but I'm saying like if it blew over, like, Skylar probably wouldn't die in the next like 2 days, right? Because he's gonna like. He's
it would also depend on how I died.
Within like a week at least. I'm off.
Who knows?
Sorry.
All right. Anyway,
Right.
That's not the point. It was just something.
But wait,
interesting.
okay, that reminds me actually. I had a fucking weird dream last night, dude. It was so fucking weird. So I like woke up in my dream and there was like an alien molesting me.
What
It was the weirdest shit,
Dude, it's not a dream, man.
dude. It was like
It's not a dream, man.
you know that Scream guy from the Van Gogh painting?
Yeah.
The
It's
alien
not Van
fucking.
Gogh. What the fuck?
I don't fucking know. Whatever that guy. The one who's like,
I know what you're talking
and like
about.
gripping.
Seriously, bro?
Yeah, it looked. The alien fucking looked like that guy, and it was like grabbing my nipple, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I was like pinned down, and it was the weirdest shit. And I fucking woke up, and I was like, oh my god, like, what the hell, dude? And then yeah, I had
But
a
actually, I'm
hard.
curious about.
What?
I was gonna ask if you guys think like dreams mean stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, like it's supposed
I
to
don't
like
know.
tell you about your subconscious and stuff. Like I'm curious if you guys believe in that or not.
I do. Like,
Okay, you do. Okay.
yeah, because remember one time I had a dream where I was making out with this one girl I just met, and I'm like, huh, okay, I'm definitely way more attracted to her than I like consciously thought I was.
I mean,
Alright.
I don't really remember most of my dreams, which is why this one stuck out. Like in a month, maybe I'll remember like one after I wake
Dude,
up.
if you want to remember more dreams, this guarantees work because I've done this. If you make a habit to write down like whatever dream you had right when you wake up, usually then you will start remembering it more. Because the issue is that it's not that you don't remember a dream when you wake up; it's that after you wake up, you forget the dream that you had.
Yeah.
Makes sense. But like, so like basically at one point your conscious self remembers the dream, but then you wake up and you do shit and then you forget. So
Okay.
if you make a habit of just writing it down, and then you can review it. So it's like a dream journal, and then you end up remembering more details in your dreams. So it's pretty cool.
Interesting.
Like there are a few dreams that I remember just like from life. Like I remember this one dream I had in middle school, and it was like a fucking giant cockroach invasion, and that like freaked me the fuck out, but also it was low key kind of like fun because you can kill giant cockroaches and class is suspended.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that like an entire premise of that anime? I don't remember what it's called.
Let me see. Yeah, the cockroach on like Mars or something.
Yeah, yeah.
But it wasn't
my
Mars.
dream
It
journal.
was
Let's see if I
like
have
my
anything
school.
featuring you guys. I haven't been
you keep a
doing
dream
this in a
journal?
long time. I kept one for a while, but I haven't been doing it recently because I'm just like I'm way too lazy.
I'm probably gonna remember this alien molestation one just because I talked about
Alright,
it.
let's see.
Yeah. I only remember
Skylar
that
or
one
Michael?
because
There's
like
gotta be something featuring Michael.
All right. Well, while he digs that up, did anything else happen?
Yeah, so the other thing that's happening, or I think I'm gonna start it this week, but I'm probably gonna start my new project on my on building a new game, but we'll see.
Oh,
A
can it
new
be a
game?
mobile game, or is that too much to ask?
I don't know if it's gonna be a mobile game, but it's definitely gonna have multiplayer.
What kind of game?
Right
thought
now,
of
the
that.
plan is basically like, okay, I'll just give it like the simplest way to explain it is basically multiplayer, like Fire Emblem, with like elements or something like that.
Dude, okay, I'm just saying. Let me find this. Okay, so I there's a couple
Like
dreams,
PvP,
but I don't remember.
PvP.
So this is kind of stupid. I don't remember what the dream was, even though I have notes on what like stuff.
Okay.
I remember a few scenes from it from reading it, but I don't remember exactly what you guys had to do with the dream. I don't think there's anything featuring Skylar, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't think I'm significant in your life.
Skylar, did I spell it wrong? No. Unfortunately.
Wait a second. Fuck. Wait. I just realized. I don't. Fuck. I think I fucked up the audio for the first 10 minutes. Oops.
God damn it, Michael!
Trolling. Oh my god.
Throwing my
Just start
podcast,
clicking
dude.
now. It's fine. I'll take the minute. I'll take the first 10 from the screen cap, and then we'll just continue.
He's gonna tell us like, oh, the screen cap didn't work. Have you fixed your shit, Michael-kun?
Yeah. Sorry. No. It's just like
Okay, dude.
my side of the audio
Yeah.
is we'll be capturing your audio as well because I forgot that I need to use my earphones. Oops.
It's fine. It's just like Anyways, I want to show you this because it's only on Google Play. This guy's stuff. But I mean, this is basically. I mean, it's like one dude made this game and doesn't even have a lot of art. And then it's like, I mean, it's not insanely popular, but that was 15K downloads on Google Play, and it's basically just like a turn-based RPG game without a lot of art. But my point is that I think mobile games, you have much higher chance of being discovered and people playing the game a lot on mobile.
I don't think you should focus
Just
on
because you're
like,
not competing
people
with
playing the
Overwatch
game. Just
and
focus
shit.
on like your technical skills, like the things you actually want to learn and get out of this game. Don't like try to make money with it or whatever. Just like
Well, I mean, that
focus
was
on being
never
a
the
good creator
plan.
first. and
It's not
foremost.
about making
Yeah, but that's
money,
Tiger's
but,
reasoning,
like,
right? Like go on mobile because you
No,
have to
I'm not
compete
talking
with
about
PC games.
money at all. But you should make if the goal of making games is for people to play it, you should have that as like the end goal always. If that's the goal.
Yeah. I mean, I agree in the sense that like, well, okay, I think like both parts are true. Like creating mobile games because like the best way to improve is also to get like other people to play it and like have feedback and that kind of stuff. And if my feedback is basically just like Tiger and like some other people that I know, right? Like it's not going to be the same as if I get like put out a game and a lot of people play it and then they can give feedback about like, okay, what is the possible like flaws in game design, right? Because like the issue with game design is that it's something that you can't really just have like 5 people just play test and be like, okay, how good is the like balance of game design and like what kind of
Have you
issues could
seen
arise.
the WoW team?
Yeah, but I
Okay.
mean that's my point, right? Like the more people play, like that's why there's like patches on live
I,
server
I,
that
I,
are.
was, I was making a joke that no will be playtest the WoW
Yeah,
games,
I know. But that's
Oh,
the
really?
point, right? Like, cause no. Okay, like you think like, oh, these $1 million companies or whatever, like Riot, why can't they just balance their fucking champions?
Dude, they don't bounce on purpose.
Yeah,
pretty sure.
I know, but like
They want to spice up the games.
Why is it always like patched or whatever? Like people always blame them for that kind of stuff, but like in reality, it's also that part of it is also that like when you have basically like a small team of balanced people, like okay, actually even if you have like a relatively large team, there's no real way to like simulate how a lot of people will play the game and like in a lot of situations, because like realistically, if you like release a champion in League for like one day, you'll get more place testing done in that one day than your team could get done in like 3 months, right?
But yeah, but my point is that I think mobile, because like I feel like people aren't really out there looking for. I mean, this is not 100% true, but I think you have a much higher chance of gaining an audience on mobile than on PC.
Yeah, I mean, the
Yeah.
difference for me is that right now, I don't know if I want to do mobile because Unity doesn't have like Unity isn't like a mobile deploy
Yeah, I know.
thing. So I want to right now focus on Unity, but like once, because basically I'm gonna just like start building up things part by part. So I'll like the last project was basically like I cut my teeth on like making a game, and then this project will be making like a multiplayer game with like and when I say multiplayer, I mean like PvP. So the plan is to have some sort of like server side like knowledge of how the server works and like being able to
Wait,
connect
you said
to LAN.
Fire Emblem, right? Like a Fire Emblem
Like a
multiplayer game.
grid-based turn-based RPG.
There was a game. Fuck, what is it called? Let me get my phone out. Can I? Okay. Let me just say something. I'm looking over the Dream Journal, right? And then on July 20th. Oh shit! I'm sorry, not July. April 20th. Wait a second. That's also 420. Okay.
This is new content. I didn't know Tiger did this.
I wrote down orangutans shredding guitar in a cage. I don't remember. I also found there was a part with Michael and Kevin, but I don't remember what it was. But okay, let me just read out what it says though. It says old friends Michael, Kevin, video games, Pokemon, eating food, and then some other stuff that I'm not gonna say. But anyways,
okay, interesting.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but
you just had a dream.
And that was July 23rd last year, 2019.
Oh damn.
Anyways, cool.
You should write it out instead of bullet points, dude.
I know I should have. I'm pretty sure if this was like if I was reading this like a year ago, I would remember the whole thing, but I kind of forgot what it was now. But anyways, yeah.
Anyway, so do you want to keep talking about the game stuff, or are we gonna move on to our first topic?
Was there something else you guys wanted to talk about? I mean, like, I have like a lot more I could talk about, but
I want to return to the game discussion. When we talk about
the
topic
game
5,
that I was talking about was not 15K. It's over. It was 15K like reviews. And Play Store is over 100K downloads.
Nice.
Or 100K plus. Yeah.
Yeah. So my thing is basically like, once I finish like getting server side stuff, I do want to try to develop a mobile game at some point, but like right now it's kind of a daunting task because I would need to basically relearn or like learn almost everything with mobile development, like basically on its own, or sorry, on my own. And a lot of this stuff that I used in the first game probably won't transfer, so that I'll need to also learn like all the server side stuff, because okay, I would have to do more research, but I'm not sure what the server's like capabilities are for mobile, or like how easy it is to develop server or PvP games in mobile, because on in Unity, there's like relatively easy ways to do it, and like it's built in. But
You're right.
mobile, it might be a lot harder. I don't really know.
Yeah, but I guess if it's a PC game, like a multiplayer PC game, it's like especially that you can play like over the internet and not just like on LAN. It's like it's nice because like you can play with friends, and I probably have
that's
a
the
much higher
goal.
chance of actually playing it a lot
Yeah, that's the
because I can
goal.
just play with
So
like you guys.
hopefully, like the plan is basically to make it so that I could you could play it with like a couple friends, basically, or
Yeah.
one friend or maybe a couple friends. Like right now, it's like a grid based strat, or like the idea is like to have something that's like, I don't know, like grid based strategy game. So it could like likened to something like you could compare it to like chess too, but with like fantasy stuff.
Would it
instead
be
of-
like would it be like you have your own account and then you can like play PvP or like just play
Yeah.
PvE?
You
Just
could
like
play
that, okay.
PvP. Well, okay, I don't know if I'm gonna do PvE because that's probably a lot more work, but at least PvP is going to be the planned part of it. And then
Okay.
maybe 1v1, and then maybe like 4-player free for all or something like that.
1v1s.
Yeah, like one team versus another
They're
team,
gonna
like
be the best.
chess,
I'm
or
just
like
Let's go.
4-player free for all or something like that. But yeah,
Alright,
I mean
nice.
that's
Wait,
like
so
the plans right now.
So each player controls a team,
Okay.
not
yeah,
a single character.
So you control like a team of like, I don't know exactly how many characters right now, but it's somewhere between like 5 to 8 maybe. Is the
Can it be
plan.
more like Pokemon and less like waifus?
I haven't decided
Absolutely
yet.
not. What? How dare you entertain
Yes,
such
what?
a notion?
I haven't decided yet, but
Dude, imagine a Pokemon-esque game, but with like Fire Emblem stuff.
yeah, there's
Imagine
a
a
game like that. It's
Pokemon
called
as a
Pokemon
game, but they're
Conquest.
all waifus.
Yeah, but nobody wants to play like Nintendo Pokemon games, like for like for like multiplayer and stuff.
Yeah. I
Like,
mean
you
that's
don't
fair.
want like what the fuck?
But
It's,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
not
So
being
like,
developed, pretty much.
like the core selling point of this will be the like PvP aspect, because I think like the PvE aspect has been done to death, but like I don't know of actually like a good turn-based or turn grid-based strategy game that actually is PvP other than, you know, chess, like basically. But
Dude, remember that game we played? What was it called? Gods or something, or God's Hand or something?
oh yeah,
It was the
the card
it was a
game.
Smite card
Yeah,
game. Yeah.
That game was
That's
really
kinda
cool.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually pretty fun. It was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, but it was not popular enough, so nobody played it.
Yeah. It was pretty fun.
But like, yeah, it would be something like that, but instead of like you summoning minions, you just have like all of your units start off, and then like the end game is, or like the goal is just to kill the enemy units.
Right.
But yeah, I mean that's my plan right now. I haven't really started any development, but this weekend I'm definitely going to do some server. I've done some research on how to do like multiplayer functionality, and so I'm gonna try implementing that today or
Okay.
tomorrow. and
Yeah.
then-
Yeah. Cool.
All right, we can move on to the next topic. Skyler.
Okay, so
Media you're not ready for.
yeah, so the idea here was like, I don't know about you guys, but like there's certain shows, I guess like for me it's like anime and stuff, that like I have at the back of my mind, but like I feel like I have to be like in a certain mood, and like, well, basically I don't feel like I'm ready to kind of either appreciate it or like be in the right headspace to understand and enjoy it. And I put down Cowboy Bebop and Evangelion as being two shows in this category, both of which are like, you know, kind of quote unquote like classic anime that you should probably try and watch at some point. And I recently started watching Samurai Champloo, which is also it's also by Shinichiro Watanabe, who's like the creator of Cowboy Bebop. And like I was going in with the mindset of like, this is gonna be amazing, blah blah blah. Same creator as Cowboy Bebop, people was hype it up to shit. But I'm like 10 episodes in, and it's still like really episodic and like not really connected to anything. So I'm like waiting for like something to kind of happen. But the main point the discussion that I want to have here was basically like, are there shows that kind of fill this category for you, and why would you kind of put them in that category of like quote unquote media that you're not ready for, let's say?
I can go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. I mean, I kind of said some stuff to about this right before the podcast. But I mean, I told Skylar this, but I have a bunch of shows that I like really want to watch or films I really want to watch, and then it's in the shows I'm not. Wait, it's called media you're not ready for. I guess I'm ready for it. It's just like I don't have time to watch it. So, like last weekend, I started watching The Mandalorian, but then like I've seen 3 episodes so far. I really like it, but I just haven't gotten the time to watch more. But I'll definitely finish it before season 2 comes out, or try to finish it, I guess. Yeah.
I totally know what you're talking about, Skyler, because there's definitely shows that I don't watch. Like I'll purposefully avoid. Okay, so like generally, like I've said this before, but I generally watch anime as a weekly kind of things, or so basically like I'll watch every episode as it comes out. But there's definitely times where there's anime that like are like specifically very dark, or specifically or like dark for anime standards, if you will, or like that explore some topics that or like I'm not really in the mood for on a certain day, so I'll probably delay and not watch it that day, or not watch it that week or whatever. And then like an example was, I think probably the most recent one was like Decadence, where Decadence, I don't know if you've seen it, but like it came out last season, or if you watched it.
No, I haven't heard of this.
It was probably no. I would say definitively it was the best like original, or like not original, but like new show, new IP that came out last season. I guess not definitively, but in my opinion, it was the best new IP that came out last season. And basically, it was about like kind of a post-apocalyptic world where like cyborgs are playing a video game on Earth. And they're like a VR game. They're playing a VR game on Earth, and they think humans are basically NPCs.
Oh wow, that sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah, so it's pretty good.
Do they just like slaughter the humans because they feel like it, or
no? They're like, just like NPCs, right? Or like they're supposed to be like helpful
like you
NPCs
can kill
or whatever.
NPCs in games.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
okay.
it's like WoW NPCs basically. Like they're like
Oh.
they're not like quest givers, but they're just like there, right? So they don't really think much of them. But anyway, so it follows like this one guy who kind of like one cyborg who like kind of gave up on life, kind of, and like this girl who like is deemed a bug, and it's actually like pretty good. It's pretty good. Some parts are a little bit janky, like CG aspects, and like the robot or the cyborgs are like very cartoony, like really cartoony art style, but yeah. So basically, I generally would skip watching that show from week to week, because like I didn't always feel like in the right headspace to be watching it, just because like the way like how I had to appreciate the show wasn't just going to be like, oh, I'm going to turn it on and be like, yeah, that's something that I'm going to be happy with every week. Whereas like shows like Railgun or something, I know that if I just turn it on and I watch an episode, then I'm going to be happy with it. Like basically no matter what mood I'm in. So there's just like shows that I'll enjoy way more if I'm like in a certain mood or in a certain mindset, like before watching the show.
Okay, yeah, I was like, I totally get that, and I have that too. Like, I probably, if I'm in a good mood, I probably wouldn't just pop on, like, Evangelion and watch a screaming teenager instead of, like, something actually enjoyable, but, like, I was thinking more along the lines of, like, shows that have such a reputation around them that you kind of, like, hesitant to approach, almost.
Oh, okay. In a sense, I think, like, I have put off watching what are most of, like, the quote-unquote classics, because in a way, I'm kind of afraid of being disappointed by them, because, like, I mean, even though I've watched more anime than, like, I don't know, like 90% of people, 95% of people, or whatever it is, I haven't seen what most people are considered, like, or what a lot of the most popular anime are, and like the quote unquote classics. Like, I haven't seen Evangelion, I haven't seen like Attack on Titan, or like Death Note, and some of these other, like,
Well, you haven't seen Attack on Titan?
No.
For shame.
Yeah, but
For
like,
shame.
I haven't seen a lot of those shows because I think like in part of it is also because like I guess I'm afraid of being disappointed by them in a way. I don't really know how to describe it, but when shows have like that much prestige, it's like a little bit
kinda
you have
hard,
to
like-
approach them in a different way, right?
Yeah, I sort of get it, but I mean, like, I don't know about the other ship. You should totally watch Attack on Titan. Probably best anime of the decade, easy. But all right, fine. We're done with that topic then. Let's move on.
Pretty sure
Okay.
the best anime of the decade is Swords. Pretty sure. Last time I checked, best anime. of the
Last
decade.
time, according to the authoritative sources,
Yes.
Watch Mojo top 10 list number 1 SAO.
SAO OVA episode. No, I'm kidding.
Ooh, 16.5, Michael. Wait, do you know what I'm referencing?
No.
Never mind then.
What is
All right.
this?
Modern narcissism.
So I put this down, but I'm curious what you guys think about this. Is this an issue? Is this because of internet, social media? Is this a generational thing, or has this been like a thing?
Do you want to
since
elaborate before?
I mean, it's just like, I mean, like this was written a few weeks back, so you can see, but the forest fire that was caused by a gender reveal party was
So what the hell is a gender reveal party? I don't even know.
Was that the like when when a baby is like what gender?
It was just like it's
Like,
like
isn't that
it's a
called a
thing
baby
that people
shower?
invented. It's
thought that
like
was called a
people
baby
invented.
shower.
It's like imagine baby shower, but but specifically for the gender reveal. It's from what I know, it's a thing that people basically invented as this like an extra thing to do.
This seems so extra, dude.
I've literally never heard
But
of it
okay,
before,
what the
before
story
this
was?
incident, yeah.
Oh really? Okay, but
Yeah.
their idea was that they're gonna go out into the fucking woods and then have like a live stream gender reveal party and like set off some fucking fireworks.
What the
And
hell?
then that caused
In the
forest
forest,
fire.
bro.
All right, so what do you
That
mean
was
by
the one.
modern
That was the
narcissism?
one that was. So that was the cause for, I believe, the fire in North California, right?
Yeah.
Or is that the one in Oregon? Yeah. Okay. So I mean, like, has this gone too far? Because like, I mean, they did the whole thing to fish for likes and likes. on
So
Instagram
you're
and
referring to
stuff.
like views and like likes and like that kind of stuff, like social media.
Sure, but just in general,
Or
just
I
not,
definitely
not
agree.
just that, but
I
also
definitely
just
agree.
like narcissism in general in like the digital age.
So I think that it's amplified. Like, I don't think like people like Logan Paul and Jake Paul, they keep doing more and more outrageous things to keep getting those likes and stuff, right? Like, I don't think
Right, but like it makes sense for them.
no. Let me
'cause
finish.
that's their
I don't,
job.
let me finish. I don't think they would go that far if they didn't have this platform that like amplifies and rewards their behavior, right? Like, that's why I think it is.
Well, they
it's
probably
worse.
wouldn't. They probably would be relatively normal. Like they might be like still kind of like an asshole or whatever. Like treat people like a little bit weird. But the reason they do these things is because it's a job, right? I think like it's worse for people who it's not a job for, where they're just fishing for likes or something, and doing like random shit like this, despite like probably receiving like very little or no monetary.
Well, I'm not talking
Reward.
about your YouTube stars and you're like influencer. I'm talking about just like the average person.
Yeah. So
I think that trickles down, dude.
It's true of what?
I think it trickles down.
I think in a sense,
Well, okay, but
maybe.
is it an issue for people that have just like a normal life otherwise? But I'm not just talking about finishing likes, but it's just like modern narcissism in the sense, just like it's not just in young people as well, right? I mean, there's like Karens now, right? It's like that's like pretty much dispersonified, where it's like people feel overly entitled to stuff.
Yes, for sure.
Is this
like,
an issue? I don't know. What do you guys
think it definitely is. Like, people have been spoiled by like just the comforts of a first. Like, I mean, like the whole first world problems meme that was going around back in like 2008-9, and I think it's still kind of relevant. It's like people like they just bitch about the smallest things. You know, like we can tie it back to Michael's thing, right? Like this kid bitching about his college acceptance or whatever. It's like, I mean, yes, like I get it because I've been in his shoes before, but also like, you know, there are some kids who don't even get the chance to go to college. So
yeah, but like I mean, it's completely just like fucked up because like, oh, you're going, oh, boo-hoo, I didn't do well enough on my tests, and so now I get to only go to a top 40 college in the US, which has one of the best education systems in the world. Oh no, I have to pay less money to go to college or whatever. Is like, this is what you're fucking complaining about? Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Just like, I mean, I totally
take
agree
the L on the chin like a goddamn man, all right? Like, I don't know.
No, but I think like, I don't know if this exactly applies, but do you guys know about like the Dunning-Kruger effect?
No.
Yeah.
It's basically the
This is
idea
like-
that the less experienced you are, the less or the more confident you will be up until like a certain point, and then like the reason why people at the top will tend to underestimate themselves, while people at the bottom will tend to overestimate themselves. Because like the amount of knowledge.
Have you seen the best Genji in the world though?
Have you seen the best gold level casual Genji in the world? It is in fact me.
But yeah. Like I think in a sense the reason why we can say these kind of things is because we have like the most perspective, so we like understand why a lot of those people.
We don't have the most. I would not say
not
we
like
have
the most. Right. Sorry,
perspective.
I should reword that. But like we have a lot more perspective than most people in the
what?
US. Like we have more knowledge about like
In
a lot
life,
of those things.
dude.
No, not in life, but like
unfortunately.
yeah.
Honestly.
Unfortunately.
But the point is, like, because we're in a position like economically that we understand a lot of those things and we got a good education and stuff, like we can say this kind of stuff because we understand some of the things that a lot of those other people maybe don't understand. Like, do you know what I'm saying? The reason why, like, a lot of those,
I guess.
a lot
Not
of those
really,
people,
to be honest.
Well, okay, like, I mean, if you're referring to like people like Karens or whatever, like, I feel like a lot of their entitlement also comes out of a place where they don't understand like the overall social situations or whatever. Like they're complaining to people that like, or they're complaining about stuff that like, I don't know where I'm going with this, honestly.
I don't know.
So, I mean, one thing
I'm not sure. I think it's how people. The thing is, like, I wasn't around 40 years ago, right? So I have no idea if this was a thing back then. But I could be very wrong, but I think it's more of how people are raised. I think I could be very wrong though, because like there are people with like worse educations in like many parts of the world, but we don't see like issues like this.
I guess that's fair. I guess it doesn't really mean about like education. I don't really mean only about education, but also kind of like the entire.
It's also a temperamental thing, I think. Like we are more mature for our age.
I mean,
But like
maybe, but
we're talking about people that are just like fully grown like adults.
yeah.
I mean,
Like we're talking about
age-wise, yeah, but mentally,
this
no.
couple
Like,
that started a forest fire, or like people that don't want to wear masks because they don't want to wear a mask.
I mean, what's that phrase? It's like basically like common sense is not in common like supply or something. Basically, it's like, yeah, it's like I don't know. Like I think the average person is in regards to Tiger's points about like social media and stuff. It's more like I feel like they watch what they say a bit more. Like, you know, I remember being in like middle school and I just post whatever to Facebook and just say whatever and stuff. But now I barely do anything on social media. Like I'm like lurking, dude. I just like, you know, I see other people's posts and I'll post like very rarely and stuff. Like, so I watch.
Pretty much.
Well, okay, so I can't speak for other countries, but I feel like this is like also just something that like. Okay, I can't speak for other countries, but I feel like this is something that like the U.S. It's like a larger issue in the U.S. I don't know if that's true or not. It's just my like.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Because like I don't hear
I feel
about
like the
these
U.S. has a
issues.
more individual centric culture. It's like, you know, my freedom, my right to do this, my right to do X, Y, Z.
I don't know if this is true
No,
for
that's
like
fine.
European
It's
countries
just
or whatever,
like-
but
Well, I say that as an observation, not as any sort of
Yeah.
judgment.
Yeah. I mean, it's true, but like people don't. I don't think they actually think about that in the moment. Like if they thought about it, they'd be like, "Well, actually, I don't have a right to like start a firework in like the forest in a dry season."
Well, my point
I
is
mean,
not that they were thinking about their rights when they were doing that. I think they were just thinking about their self-centered interests, right? Like in Japan, right? Like they have all these like little rules about like don't take phone calls in like the train and like don't walk while eating or whatever, blah blah blah. And so it's like like they're much more socially conscious of like the people and things around them.
Well, I guess part of it is also like, well, okay, I'll compare to Japan because I don't really know much about like a lot of European countries, but like in Japan, like you're raised, so anecdotally, so I don't really know if this is 100% true, but I've been told at least that people are raised to like respect everybody, like respect everything. So like they're like told that everything has like a soul or something.
Dude,
and
commies.
Dude, I just thought of a really good idea.
What?
We should rename the podcast to Two Weebs Lectures Us on Japan. That'll get a lot of views. That'll get a lot of views.
Then we just have to ban you. Be like, you're not weeb enough, Tiger.
Oh no! I'm the guy that you guys are lecturing to.
Yeah. Tiger's a self-insert character.
Dude, we'll get so many views.
Two
I'm
weebs,
like
one student.
I'm like the guy that doesn't like watch. I'm like the normie, right? And then you guys like lecture me. You guys educate me with like this, like the superior culture, and then this is getting a lot of views.
Okay,
Dude, we gotta start a new podcast.
So, the point is basically that like in America, when you're raised, you're taught about like freedom and stuff, and like
freedom and stuff.
That's not an issue, though. I think that's not an issue.
It's a great thing.
It like
it's the best. It's
some of the stuff that's a product of that.
Fantastic. USA,
but
best country. Ask anybody. Everyone always says it. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Wait, what?
I was doing a Trump impression.
Oh.
But like, yeah. So like, there's good things that arise from it. Like, I probably wouldn't ever have like had like because I was raised in America and stuff. Like, I have more, willingness to try to pursue my own projects and like, try to become like a game designer or something. Where like if I was raised in Asian culture, I might try to like, I don't know, be a doctor or something, because that's just what's accepted by society.
Wow, what
right?
the fuck?
No, but I'm not kidding, right?
I would try to be a doctor.
It is part of it, right? But like, another byproduct of that kind of like idea is also that like people in the U.S., like kind of tying back to what Skylar was saying, is like they are more self-centered, and the things that they think about are, and I think like part of it is also amplified by like the way that social media happens and like celebrities and that kind of stuff, like because a lot of people will look towards like celebrities as especially from a young age as like people of it, like quote unquote authority. Like a lot of the ways that some people may pattern their behavior may be kind of like more entitled than in prior generations. I don't know if that's any different now than it was 40 years ago, or but probably definitely would be different from like 100 or 200 years ago.
I definitely think so. I mean, like, cause it's I feel like it's reflective in the culture of things, right? Like, like look at the music that's popular these days. It's not like, it's, I mean, as cheesy as it may be, like the anime songs, like the lyrics are more about like pure ideals, let's say, rather than like, drugs and money and girls and whatever is on the airwaves these days. I mean, like, I'm not saying there's not good stuff out there, because there totally is, and I enjoy that stuff. I like Post Malone, but like, it's reflective in the culture of this, like the kind of Gen Z-ish and millennial culture of like almost like slight nihilism and slight hedonism. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just kind of me first, me centric, and I mean, like, every generation says that about the succeeding generation, right? Like, oh, back in my day, right? Like the old man shaking his fist at the sky. But like, I do think that for this generation, it's particularly bad.
Wait, aren't you in Gen Z? So you're not even talking down on the next one.
Well, yeah, because I mean, like,
yeah,
I have some cousins that are like 5-6 years younger than me, and I feel so different from them. Like, I mean, I feel like a grumpy old man compared to them, which
I mean, you are
a grumpy old man. That's because, like, I feel like you're like
people our age.
Yeah, because like I mean that's because like you don't really like you don't really use TikTok. You don't like play Fortnite. Something like that. You don't listen to Travis Scott.
Yeah, like I mean, when I mean, like we're not like a good, I don't know, like estimate of how people in our generation are necessarily.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm just saying, like, based on my observations of what the generation is like.
Yeah, because like I mean, I would say Skyler is like a grumpy old man, even if he's.
Skylar is basically like a Gen X.
Basically,
Not
boomer,
even a
dude.
millennial.
I'm just a boomer.
Not even a
You're just a boomer.
Basically a boomer. Basically a boomer.
All right. Anything else on this topic? Do you want to have any last words, Tucker?
No, I mean I'm
Stop
just curious
being
what you guys
bad.
think about it.
Pick up a load. Bear some responsibility for things, young people. I'm just like.
This
I
is
sound
not
like- I sound
about
like- I sound like you're fucking
I want
dead.
to make it clear that it is not like anything on young people because I think this is we can see this in people in all age groups.
Yeah, but
it's not a young people thing.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I
don't think
would.
it's a
I would
thing.
like. What's the age group of the people who did this? The gender reveal party.
Well, they're definitely not Gen Z because because we're assuming
Yeah.
that they have a kid, right?
This would be
they're
like
probably
millennials, right?
Gen Z.
25
Yeah,
to 30 or something.
Yeah, so they would probably at least be a millennial, and then for Karens, they would mostly be boomers and Gen X.
Yeah. I think it's like
People that don't want to wear masks because they have a breathing disorder.
I mean, some people
Well-
don't even just have a breathing disorder or anything. They just say
That's my point. That's my point. They only just say it because they have one, and then so they can't wear masks. The doctor said they can't wear a mask, so they're not gonna wear it.
I mean, I don't want to get in the whole mask discussion thing, but like I would just
This
say
is not okay.
I mean, it's
Basically-
evident of a larger
But this
issue,
is another thing, right?
It's not.
This is like the masks are like only in America is mask wearing a political thing,
Yeah, exactly.
and
feel like
this
it
is
was
only
made
in this
a
year as
political
well.
thing.
And last year, mask wearing would not be a political thing.
Yeah. It was purely because of these people in, I don't know, like I'll say specifically like Florida, and because I saw an instance of it. But
we're
like,
going off topic,
I
dude.
mean, everywhere.
yeah, but
Yeah.
in a lot of places in the U.S., like it was made a political thing. But I would say it's not just about masks because it's like evident of a larger issue at hand, right? Like
Right.
It's more
Yeah,
about
yeah.
like the
For sure.
entitlement of people who believe this kind of stuff because it's not just about okay, I don't want to wear a mask or whatever. Like it's more about
Right.
it's more about like
Right,
those
right.
people like you can't force me to wear a mask even if it's like better for the entire like trying to deal with like a larger
Right,
issue
and
at
then
hand.
it's not just against boomers as well. Because remember back in it was like when it first started, like college kids were still partying and shit.
Yeah, I mean they're still doing that.
Well, that
like,
was hilarious.
like-
Yeah.
because like
That was just like okay.
I mean, like some people that we
Wow.
know, like Randy is a RA at Wesleyan, and he says he sees people partying all the time.
Dude, I
Which is, like,
went
so
out last
fucked
night
up.
to throw out my garbage, and there were people partying in like the apartment next door and stuff.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
Anyway, social
Anyways.
outcasts. Who put this one down?
I don't feel like one.
I didn't put this.
Do I
on.
know one?
Did you put this on, Skylar?
Yeah, I know. I'm talking to him right now. No, I'm kidding.
Who
How
put this
do you
down?
interact with him?
Oh, was it me?
Not me,
It
it
might
was
have been
not
me
me.
actually.
Yeah,
I
I
might
mean,
have
it's
put this
probably
on.
you.
Okay. Yeah, I guess. Okay, let's run it down then. You guys ever feel like one?
No.
Do you know any, and how do you quote unquote interact with them? So I feel like I know quite a few. Well, I mean, I guess start off. I feel like one. I feel like I'm not like
Really?
I don't. Yeah.
Really?
I definitely don't. I don't think I connect well with like past like a certain level.
I wouldn't
with
say you're a
most people.
social outcast. I
And
wouldn't say
then
you're a social outcast.
I feel like I know a good number. I don't know. Maybe like engineers are just awkward, but I know a lot of really awkward
Wait,
engineers.
so like, would you consider me or Tiger a social outcast? Like, I'm just curious.
No, I don't think I have enough information.
I don't think you're a social outcast. I think
Yeah,
if you're a
I
social
wouldn't
outcast, then like
brand
half
you one
of
either.
young people in America would be social outcasts. but I don't
well,
think that's the
I guess
case.
let me clarify. Like I know people, but I don't think like I have like particularly strong relationships. Let's say.
Okay, interesting.
I mean, that's a lot of people. I think.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
I think, yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't say you are. I don't know. I feel like social outcasts are people that are like, like outcasted. Like they don't have friends at all, or like maybe one, maybe.
or I mean, I guess maybe it's like you don't.
I would say it's like
do you
the
not
difference
feel
between
com-
having people you know and like having people you like have a strong bond with. Like I feel like I know a lot of
Like
people.
I don't think social outcasts have podcasts with their friends. That's like not a social outcasty thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Or like
Well,
I
I
don't
mean,
think social outcasts have like a group of friends to play like Overwatch with.
yeah. I mean,
In my opinion.
I
I think
sort
my
of agree,
standards are a little different.
but like I
Yeah,
guess,
I guess so.
but also in a sense, like you could be a social outcast. Like in theory, there could be a world where Skylar is like a social outcast in like UIUC, right? Where he doesn't feel comfortable within
That's
like
true.
the social situations in UIUC, but still has a lot of friends like online and other like from Kent, let's say, right?
Yeah,
but, like,
mom, take that.
Sure,
I have
that's
lots
fair.
of friends online.
I mean, like theoretically, that's possible, right? Like, so that you could be a quote unquote social outcast in that situation, but yeah, I don't know if Skylar would fit that criteria at all, because I mean, he's in a frat and everything.
Well, okay,
so.
taking the emphasis off me, like it wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah. But okay, anyway.
I don't know.
Do you guys know any like
social
Yeah,
outcasts.
so I
I don't
think
know.
like
Do you
the
guys have
biggest-
like weird friends that like I don't even know if I'd hesitate to call them friends, like just weird people that you kind of interact with, and it's just like
No.
Yeah,
No?
there was someone.
Okay, I've known people, but I don't have any friends that I would consider
it wasn't
social
a
outcasts.
friend, but do
like
you guys
people you see
remem-
consistently enough.
Like maybe
Tiger-
acquaintances from the past.
Do you
Derek
remember
Leo.
Derek Leo? Yeah, that was the one I was gonna give.
Yeah,
I don't think
but
I ever knew this
he's
guy.
at most an acquaintance for me.
Okay, so yeah, because you only knew him for like a little bit, right?
Like,
But
yeah, like half a year basically, like a year.
I used to live next to him in freshman year,
Yeah,
so I wasn't his friend. I wouldn't go so far as to say his friend. Like he roomed with Josh Cow, and I'm like
frat.
well acquainted or like friends with Josh, but
Right.
what?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So sorry. I thought you were gonna say something. But anyway, point is, like, Derek was, he was a little bit eccentric, but like, because freshman in high school, like, people on our floor and people like at Kent, actually targeted, like, he was kind of like a bully target. Especially like, I'll say especially like Michael Pryor and those.
Yeah,
people.
we're not name dropping here. Whoa,
Like,
whoa.
nobody's watching this anyway, but like those
Still.
When Michael
still,
runs for political office 30 years down the line,
we should not name drop like bad
come up
things.
people.
Good things, it's okay. But
Okay.
bad things we should not.
Sorry. But anyway, there were people on our floor who bullied Derek like
Okay.
pretty hard, and like I think like okay, I don't know if this is 100% true, but he dropped out, I'm pretty sure, because he felt like it was like he was not in like a good situation, right? Like mentally and like socially.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, I honestly did this. I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna say it anyways. I wouldn't be surprised if he had,
yeah. I know exactly what you're saying.
I'm gonna stop
But
mid sentence before I say anything that's gonna get me in trouble. But I mean, I try to be nice to him, but like at times he was like kind of weird.
No.
So,
like, I'll say like he was eccentric, and he had some stuff like I'll talk to him and stuff, but like I'm not gonna
right. We
be,
actually
like,
talked a decent amount.
Yeah, like
and he came into our room a few times, like her room and my room.
Okay.
A couple of times to like do stuff and just and just like yeah, which is fine. He lived with who did he live with the second year?
I don't remember
that I was there because he was on our floor.
I think so. That means that it was with a new student.
Oh, that's possible. It's possible. But yes, he was on our floor as well. And then I saw his dad once, and his dad seemed really nice.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like that's the best example that I can give because I don't know anybody else who's like that. But
Alright, wait. I'm gonna be right back.
Yeah, me neither. But like him, at most an acquaintance, right? So like that
Yeah.
kind of really, you know, social outcast. Yeah.
I mean, is there anything else you want to talk about? It? I mean, like I feel like that kind of stuff is just if I had like if I could redo that kind of thing like my freshman year or freshman and sophomore year in high school, like I don't feel like I was like very mature, or, like was able to. Well, I mean, like I guess nobody at that age, or not nobody, but like most people at that age aren't going to be like the most mature they will be, but like yeah, like it obviously wasn't like going to be, or I should say like his situation was something that like was potentially preventable if people stepped in.
But I think in the long run, he wouldn't do well like in a boarding school situation,
Yeah.
anyways. So yeah. Especially at Kent, where it's like it's very. I think I don't know. I've never been to public school in America, but I think Kent is there's less. You're more independent, I think, because you kind of have to do a lot of things like by yourself because you're not living at home.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like
Yeah.
the thing for boarding schools. Like you have to be responsible for yourself because nobody's going to tell you otherwise.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, student entrepreneurship. I think that's Skylar put this down.
That's definitely. I feel like 99%, 95% of these scholars.
Yeah. The only thing I put down was the dream thing.
My gut reaction / disdain. I don't know. I think it's a good thing. Student entrepreneurship. Like I think with stuff like entrepreneurship, like a lot of things you can't like go to school for. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah,
can go
yeah.
to school and be an engineer. You can go to school and be a doctor. But there's so many. Even doctors, they require you to have like 2 years of like residency, right?
I mean, even
So like, there's a lot of things you can only learn through like mistakes and just like trial and error. And I think I'm not an entrepreneur, but I think entrepreneur falls into that category. I think it's a lot of just like exploring.
I would agree, but like
Yeah.
I think
the point I'm
like,
making is like I don't understand how people don't see that their ideas suck sometimes.
But like if they think they suck, they're not gonna show you, right?
Exactly, but it's
But like the growth is like they think it's good, but eventually they're gonna realize that it's bad, and then they learn why it's bad, right? But you have to go through a phase of thinking it's good first.
like you could have a scenario where everybody in your like if you have a class, right? You can have a scenario where everybody in your class passes, but
Dude,
like
okay, yeah, sorry.
I mean I don't know entrepreneurship that's like never the case, right? Like and it's almost
I haven't-
more likely to fail.
So I went back a few days ago to listen to some of the first songs that I made way back before Kent, like a year, or like the summer before Kent. And then I literally just cringed straight out. Like I don't remember it being this bad, and I remember like showing this to basically everyone back in the day.
Yeah, but you were like 12.
I wasn't 12.
No,
I
you
mean,
was
I
like
was
14.
It was summer of like 2015, so it would be like 15. Or summer of 24, or summer of 2014.
the
Summer of
same thing.
2014.
2014.
No, but like
Yeah,
I agree. Like you, because, like okay, so piggybacking off what Tiger said, like you can never be, like there's some things that you can't teach, and like not never, but I think like in most situations you aren't like the best form of what like at the beginning, like you're gonna improve as you do it more, and I think like. I mean, in the same sense that like, okay, your first song is like garbage or whatever. Like like when I first started drawing, I was like obviously like garbage or like those things are like a little bit more objective, I think. But like entrepreneurship is something that's like it's very hard to have like a grasp because you can't really teach. Okay, what really makes like a successful idea for entrepreneurship because like there isn't really like a one formula for it, right?
Yeah. The other thing
I was gonna say, at no point of me making music did I think my music was complete shit. Like at worst, it was like okay, it's bad, but it's like it's okay, it's passable.
Yeah,
but like if I listen back, it's complete garbage. Right?
But the
yeah.
entire point is that like you have to tell yourself that it's not like the worst, because like
Right,
if you believe
exactly.
that it's like so bad that it's unredeemable, then you have no motivation to continue. And you need that motivation to
Yeah.
continue, because if you don't have that motivation, then you're never going to
Also,
get better.
another thing is when the founder of Snapchat was at Stanford, his student project was essentially Snapchat. And then the review he got is that this idea is horrible, because why would people take pictures that deletes automatically? Isn't that like that's like
Counterproductive.
inconsistent with
Yeah.
the ideas of taking a picture, which is to save it, right?
Yeah.
Well, and then look where he is now, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because
So-
you can't.
So like it's a hard call, exactly what's bad and what's good.
Yeah, because there's like so
Yeah.
many things that like you may think the idea is really good on paper, but you can't execute it properly, or it's not actually good, or you could think an idea is really bad on paper, but in practice a lot of people might really enjoy it, and the only way that you can really
Right.
know is if you try it on the market, and then like basically try it and fail, or try it and succeed, right? Like, so it's really like something
pretty
that
much.
can't be taught in a classroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so part of me is thinking like, am I just a hater? Am I just like, a negative Nancy just trying to
Do
bring
you
people
have-
down?
So
But the other
where
thing-
did
Specifics,
this topic
and
come
we
from?
can judge if their ideas shit as well. Do you remember?
I do, but I locally don't really
What was
want to put them out
Matt
there. Because what was Matt? Oh,
What?
I'm not gonna lie, I like wasn't paying attention. I totally missed his.
Oh fucking hell!
Oh, wow.
Where's the content?
I mean, you
bro?
can just say some, right?
I
It's
know.
basically anonymous. So
Yeah, you
we
can
have
just
no
say the
idea who
idea,
these
because
people are.
if you don't give a name, then
Yeah.
who cares?
I legit don't remember what Matt Joe's idea was. Shit.
Ju- ju-
it doesn't
Just say-
have to be Matt Giles.
Yeah, just say one
any
that
of the
you
bad
thought,
ones that you thought were.
say
Oh.
one that you thought was really bad.
Okay, so this one chick was like, I have part X ancestry and I want to reconnect with them and I want to help other people reconnect with them, right? I'm like, okay, fine, sure. And she's like, the way I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna have a website that collects recipes from different cultures, and that's like her whole
Like
thing.
food recipes.
Yeah, and
Or
she's gonna
cooking
connect with
recipes,
your
okay.
culture through like the food and stuff. And I just thought that was the dumbest shit. Like, man, no hate, right? Like, I don't know this person very well.
I could see that being a thing. Like,
I don't
imagine
think
like
that's gonna be a thing.
Facebook, but for like recipes, where like you can share it, or like Reddit, but for recipes.
I could see it,
I don't
but
know.
my
It could work.
issue would be like okay, like I can see where there could be potential flaws, where like if you try to flesh out the idea, how do you market it, how do you like make it take up a space that currently isn't occupied by other social media platforms, how do you do
yeah,
all of
that's
that
like
kind
the
of
issue.
stuff?
But like the core idea is
but
fine.
like I think like the core idea is something that could potentially work.
It's
if
not
you
meant to
do-
be a social media either. It's like it's just like a static website.
Yeah. So then, like, my next question would be like, what's the point? Like, how do you do all of this stuff? Like, is there any sort of money or business you can make behind it, right? But like,
But the thing I take issue with is like that's not really addressing her problem, right? Like she wants to reconnect with her culture, blah blah blah. Learn the language. Associate people like I don't understand how like
No, I think a lot of people
food is,
associate culture with food.
yeah.
I mean I'm it's not, but I'm saying like if you wanted to reconnect, like let's say I want to get closer to my Vietnamese side, would it be more productive for me to eat Vietnamese food or like learn Vietnamese?
Well, I mean,
Well, sure,
both,
but that's not
like,
the point, right? The point is like, does learning to cook Vietnamese food connect you more with their Vietnamese size? I think a lot of people would agree that it does.
Vietnamese, bro.
Vietnamese.
Yeah, but anyway, so like
I mean, I think
it's also not like one or the
it
other,
works.
right? Like you can do multiple things, but like if you have a platform that can do one of those things, like it can be helpful. But that's like not really the point. Like when you say student entrepreneurship, I'm not like I'm like gonna think about these ideas in terms of like, is this like a possible business idea, right? Because like, yeah, it's like a project, and you could put out a project like this, and it could be fine for like a school project or just to like present as like something on your resume, right? But it's completely different if you want to have it be expandable and have other people actually use the platform, and people actually like want to like you could create a potential business off this, right? So like my initial reaction to something like this is the idea itself may not be that bad, and if it had come up like 10 years ago, then I would have like it probably would have been like a fine platform. But the issue is like how do you make it unique within like a social the current social media landscape, right?
Right.
Well,
In other words, it's not because you can.
It's
do
not meant to be a
all
social
those
media
things on
thing
Google.
either. But and then so there's another idea. This guy wanted to do basically like eBay and Amazon, but only for thrift shops. And I'm like, okay, why
That
wouldn't
could
they
be
just
cool.
what?
That
Why
could be
wouldn't they
cool.
just use eBay/Amazon in the first place?
Are there thrift shops on eBay or Amazon?
Where's this thrift shop?
Pretty sure there's like dollar items on there.
Yeah, but it's not the same thing as thrift shops, right?
Isn't that basically the definition of a thrift shop? It's like cheap stuff.
No. Thrift shops are like secondhand stuff.
Isn't
can buy
that what
used stuff.
eBay like hangs its hat
Yeah, you can
on or
totally buy
something?
used stuff.
Right, but eBay doesn't like secondhand cheap shit. Well, eBay is more like selling and then like bidding and stuff.
Okay. Well, I mean, like
Nah,
I
they
could
have a
definitely
feature where you
see.
can just buy it outright.
Sorry, what? Wait.
They have a feature where you can just buy it outright.
Okay, to be fair, there is something that's kind of like this. It's called Craigslist.
Yeah.
Also that. And
Right.
dude, he was trying to like find team members and stuff, and I could like he wasn't getting anybody, and I felt a little bad for him.
Well, I mean,
Dude, people actually. Okay, that's not really a thing. So, sorry. Okay, sorry.
I think like probably most of the ideas that come up are either like the idea is not like either has a niche that's too niche, or it has like the idea has already been like done before, probably like out of like the quote unquote bad ideas, right? Because like I think probably most of them could have potentially been successful, but like they were either patterned off something that was already like successful, and they aren't either made it too niche or too similar, right? Like that's probably how
yeah.
most of them
No, that's
came
fair.
about.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I can't shake the feeling that part of me is just being like a fucking hater and like just trying to shit on these kids for no reason other
Well,
than I'm a bad person.
I mean,
But,
I would say like your initial instinct of like, okay, those ideas are bad, are probably like correct, but like my point is that like you don't ever start off with like coming or not you don't, but like most people won't ever start off with coming up with like good ideas right off the bat. So like they're probably going to like have to realize that's like after like pursuing one of those ideas like firsthand that like, okay, this is the reason why it's bad. And then now that I understand it, I could use that information to become like make a better idea, right?
Yeah, like Andrew Yang's first business failed. He like
Yeah.
owed a bunch of money and shit. But yeah.
And so the other thing I wanted to talk about was these people that want to chase the image of an entrepreneur more so than being an entrepreneur. I feel like,
What do
I
you
know
mean
this
by
one
that?
guy. So I know this one guy. He's basically like he's trying to do a tech company, right? But so back in like sophomore year and stuff, I was taking class with him. He was like working on this, applying to like startup incubators and blah blah blah. But he couldn't fucking do his physics homework, right? So he wants to do like a tech company, but he's like neglecting his other shit, and I had to help him with his physics homework and help him review for tests and shit. And then he would like
Hey,
basically cosplay
Okay.
Steve Jobs. It was low-key kind of cringe. Like,
I mean, okay, I'm gonna play the devil's advocate here and say you gotta fake it till you make it.
nah, dude. Like, you want to be
No,
a tech
I
company?
think that's absolutely a thing.
No, I definitely don't think.
Dude,
that's
imagine you like met Steve Jobs when he was like making Apple in his garage.
No, you would think he's a
He would be
fucking lunatic.
cosplaying. Yeah, exactly.
But like
But what?
My point is like if you had met Steve Jobs when he was working out of his garage and he was telling you this is gonna be the next big thing, you will be like, you're stupid,
Yeah, you
I'd
literally
probably
just call him a
ignore
fucking
him
lunatic.
and go talk to
You're a bum.
Wozniak and be like, "Yo,
right?
I
You're a
won't be an
bum. You like
asshole."
live at your mom's house still, right? Like that's my point, right? So you have to like fake it till you make it. In my opinion, you got to pretend like you're fucking next Steve Jobs if you want to be the next Steve Jobs.
Yeah. I mean, like,
Anyways.
I 100%
That's also a
agree.
personal thing where it's like that type of thing just kind of like irritates me. Where it's like I can stop. Like, you're not Steve Jobs, all right? You could even if you do become Steve Jobs.
Wait,
like,
how did he cosplay Steve Jobs?
Dude, he would wear like the fucking
Pretend Steve
turtleneck
Jobs.
and the glasses, and
Did he put his thumb on his chin?
Yeah, dude, he had a fucking cleft chin and everything. Like it was so cringe, dude. And he you know, he just talk about like like he throw around like these big terms that I could pretty much tell that like he didn't really understand what it was, but like he would just kind of try and say them and like try to look impressive that way. I don't know, it just strikes me off as like so poser like.
He should have reapplied to Reed.
It's definitely possible, but
Probably get in.
Like I don't know the guy, so it might have possibly been like really bad, but like I would say like in general
it was annoying, dude.
To have confidence in yourself or like to continue to try to pursue an idea or like that is like generally more admirable than like
being the hater. Yeah.
But no, I absolutely believe that if you want to like be something or it's like a certain thing, you have to like act like you are that.
Yeah, I agree.
Even if you're not there yet. Yeah.
You have to like
nah, dude, I disagree. Like I started lifting, I don't go around just being like, oh, you know, like I'm all hot shit and I pretend like I'm got a 6-pack and like whatever, right? Like I am where I am, right? Like I'm fucking like 1 month in.
Okay, yeah.
Right? Like
sorry.
I don't try to walk that walk when I'm not there yet.
Then okay, you might disagree with me here, but I'm gonna say this. I think if you did pretend like that, you would improve faster.
Nah, dude, that would also drive me
I
insane.
actually think that.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe.
I think if you acted like you're a bodybuilder, even though you might look stupid, I think you might actually improve faster than if you act like you're not one. But obviously, your life goal isn't to become a bodybuilder, so it's not that important, right? But yeah.
Nah, like it's just I don't like posers. I think that just goes back. Maybe that's the root of it. I just don't like posers. But,
no,
all right,
I mean,
I feel like we've addressed all we had to say on this, unless you guys want to.
Skylar's manga. All right.
Okay, wait, you're making a manga?
So I was thinking about. I've had this idea floating around for a while, and remember when I asked Michael for like drawing software and whatever?
Yeah.
So I dug up this like old drawing tablet that my mom gave me a while back. Like it was hers, and she didn't use it anymore. She's like, "You want it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, whatever." And I kind of just like put it in a box and didn't touch it for a while.
Okay, yeah.
And I kind of dug it back out, and then that's when I asked Michael for like the drawing software, whatever.
So
you never answered me for what it was for. So
I'm curious about this because I'm curious because I was under the impression that people drew manga on paper and not digitally.
No, actually,
so like, is that a thing now that people draw people draw mangas digitally now?
Yeah, so it's like there's still people who will do it on paper, but I think like probably a lot of the most famous authors will still do it on paper, but like a lot of the especially like if you're indie or like the people who like draw like webtoons, for example, all of the webtoons are done like on digitally. Yeah, or not. I don't know if all of them, but like basically all the popular ones will be done digitally. And like especially if you're indie, I guess indie like manga writer or whatever. People who like post their Twitter comics to like Twitter or like to like Pixiv or like smaller websites where they're not like picked up by like a larger company yet. Though they're all done basically digitally because
I see.
It's like I think it's like significantly easier, or I guess it's easier to get into. Like there isn't as much of a cost to doing that stuff. Than,
also, it's just like honestly, it's probably the more efficient way of drawing. Like, because if you fuck up, like it's not. You can just undo, right? Like Control Z.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
kind
true.
of, but it also I think like it depends because some people think it's easier to draw on paper because they're more like you have more control than on digital stuff.
So Skylar, are you actually making a manga?
So I'm thinking about
Or
it, and
is this clickbait?
No.
Clickbait.
So I was thinking about it.
Clickbait.
I'm legit thinking about it, and I reached out to one of my friends in Hong Kong who went to art school, and he like draws and stuff. And so what I was trying to maybe try to put together was, have you guys read the manga Bakuman, where basically it's a writer. Yeah, it's a writer illustrator kind of combo. And I was thinking I was gonna try to do something like that, but I sent him like basically a brief overview of what I thought the story was like, and what it was gonna be like, and the criticisms he had were like wrong. You know what I mean? Like the
Wait, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
The criticism can't be wrong.
The criticisms he had showed to me that we would either fundamentally disagree on like some creative stuff, or that he just didn't understand what I was saying. Because he was like, because I separated my story into 3 parts, and he was like, "Oh, part 3 should go first," and I'm like, "It can't. Like, it's a sequence of events. I can't just like." And so I was like, "Do you mean like a flash forward kind of thing?" He's like, "No.
Dude,
Just part 3 should happen first." And I'm like, we would have to like shuffle everything around, like that wouldn't work, and that would defeat the purpose of what I'm trying to go for.
Dude, that probably just means that you should find someone else to work with.
Yeah, I mean that's probably what's gonna happen. But like that's what I mean when I say like his criticisms are just wrong, and he would be like, "Oh, your
So
It's
character."
not wrong. It's just like you had fundamental differences in
Wait,
creative
so I'm
opinion.
confused. So are you doing the drawing, or is someone else doing the drawing?
So I was thinking I'd probably do the storyboards because I feel like I'm not good enough in Illustrator, and like
Okay, so I had thoughts about like, okay, what if I were to create a manga myself? But like I talked about this before, but I'm like a really, really slow drawer. So like it's in part because I'm bad, but also in part because I'm slow.
Yeah.
So it would take
No,
me.
I think okay, yeah.
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Continue. Okay. No, sorry.
Okay.
You go first, and then I'll say.
Yeah,
what I
it
was
would
gonna
take
say.
me like, to put out like a 4-page manga would take me over a month if I were basically just working on the manga in my free time, like, and not
like,
playing games or anything. Like a 4-page manga would take me like 4 months probably. So it's like, yeah, like that's I'm just like too slow to be able to do it myself. Anyway,
I was gonna say, like, I think speed is usually like the easiest thing to practice to improve on, because you just do something and then you put a time, like you try to do it faster.
Yeah. I mean, I've tried to do things faster, but those kind of like when I do it, like the quality drops like so much. Right.
So yeah, like the idea is that you keep doing that until the quality rises up.
Yeah.
Again, it's like if you have to write an essay in like 1 hour, right? Like it's like the first, it's gonna be shit, but then you like improve. Anyways,
I mean, maybe
I don't want it to be where like I'm spending forever on creating this manga since I don't have infinite willpower or like time reserves. So I would like a partner, and also like I just like the idea of being able to bounce my ideas off someone. But it's
you have to find someone that also wants to make a manga then, because then if you really want and they're just like, well, I'm only doing this for fun or something, it's like an issue.
Yeah, I mean, basically, the point I'm trying to make is like, I don't think it's gonna be this guy. I'm a little disappointed because I thought it'd be kind of fun, and I thought because we like the same shit. Like, I'll talk to like anime and stuff about him, and we like the same types of stories. So I kind of thought like our aesthetic sense would be similar, but I guess evidently not. And yeah, I'm a little disappointed, but I'll have to try and find someone else. I think. Yeah, his criticisms were very odd. Like he would be like, "Oh, your character doesn't like your protagonist is too reactive."
Why don't you?
And it's that criticism is actually incorrect because the main character sets off on a journey of his own volition. So that's like
no,
just
but, like,
factually untrue.
So why don't you tell us what the story is, and we can tell you if he's being weird or
I mean, you don't have to tell us like right now if you have like a long.
No, yeah, I'd like we'll save that for some other time. I think like cause,
if you want to send us the storyboard or like send us some stuff, we can also give feedback.
And I can give you a normie view because I don't really read mangas or watch animes, so I can give you a normie view.
I mean, I have like a 3-part synopsis put together. It's about like a page-ish, but like, yeah, don't worry about it just yet. But like, basically, yeah, his criticisms were like, there are some criticisms I think you can make that are like merited and like, and, like, I don't know. I feel like I have some ground to say this on because I have worked on a creative team, right? Like as like. Wait, I think I am a pro writer, right? Like I've been a pro writer.
Don't get too ahead of yourself. I feel like you haven't even released stuff yet.
Well, all right, but like I'm better than most people, I would say, at this type of thing, and like I can in our like writers' room discussions and stuff, like I can see sometimes when other people have merit, and I'd be like, okay, yeah, you were right about this X, Y, and Z, but like that was just no, like I didn't want to get into it with
better
him, like,
than most people doesn't
wrong.
Mean anything, to be honest, because like. Yeah, most people don't write.
Don't
write. All right, low-key, I think I'm good then. I was just trying to be humble there, but I think I'm good at this type of thing.
No, but like I'm not even saying that because like I'm saying like
that was not humble at all.
If you even if you are
I'm not even gonna try anymore.
No, because like if you think about it, even if you're good, like the amount of people who actually get published and like are successful and make money off writing is like like just the very, very top, right? Like not very many people are actually very able to become successful in this.
Yeah, I'm not doing this in the. It's mostly for my personal satisfaction, right? Like, it's not really. I'm not expecting this to top the Shonen Jump charts or whatever. Like, I that would honestly be inconvenient if it did, because then I'd have to like probably quit school and like do that full time, and like I don't want to do that. So, like, it's just it's like a passion project, a little art project on the side. Something fun to talk about at parties and stuff, I guess. And if people like it, people like it. That'd be nice. But yeah. So I'm not. I think I'm good enough, let's say, at it that I could try my hand at this type of thing, and yeah. I don't have anything else with that.
I mean, if you send us the storyboards, I mean, it might be interesting.
Yeah, we can give you some. I don't know. We could let you know if your
he's full of shit.
Right or wrong.
No, he's wrong though, but it's okay.
You have no idea if he's right or
like,
wrong.
If he likes,
he's just incorrect. Like,
well, I mean, it might not be the case.
That's
like,
but you understand that that's like an opinion, right? You understand? Because like it's not like you guys disagree on like math, right? It's not that you're not disagreeing on physics. You're disagreeing on how a story should be written.
That's like if I said that's like if I said like
in every scenario.
That's like if I said like Luke Skywalker is a girl. That's just factually untrue, right?
Well, but
like,
I don't
did
think
he
that's
say
what
that? I don't think he said that. I seriously doubt he said that.
It's on that level. It's on that level. He's like your character has no motivations, and he doesn't have he's a reactive character, which is factually untrue because he's the one who decides to set out on a journey.
Well, okay,
that doesn't mean
there's two different things, right? Like,
though.
There's.
I don't know why you're arguing with me. That's just untrue.
No. But
okay.
there's
my point. Okay.
I don't know the exact specifics, right? Because like I don't know your.
I literally told you
but...
like that's all the relevant information there is to know.
No. But okay, so I'll
you
say
don't need
this
the whole
because
story to know that.
I'll say this because it's not. This is something that's like an overarching like thing in manga. It's like. What you believe to like how you're writing up your character may be different from how the audience perceives how you're writing up your character, right? Like
sure, then that may be lacking in my execution, but I haven't done it yet. I'm just giving him the overview. I'm telling him what I want to happen, right? And so like, well, I don't know. I feel like we spent enough time on this. Basically, he's incorrect. And I mean, like, I know I can be stubborn and strong-willed about these type of things, but like. For this one, it's really not that being the case.
I'll say this. I think if you're really adamant on working with other people on this, you have to be more open to other people's ideas, because that's just like the downside of working with other people.
Yeah, I have, and like, I've, I know, like I've worked in a writer's room,
right? Right.
This happens.
In the end, you're not gonna find a partner that's gonna agree with you on everything.
I don't want him to agree with me on everything, but I want him to like disagree in a way that's like legitimate. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
right,
it's
but like
also
that's
very
your
much
opinion on what is legitimate or not.
No,
right?
That's not my opinion. That's like factually not true.
I mean, it's not a factor opinion, but okay. I mean, it's very much possible that like we can
argue about this all day, all night, but like.
No. I'm saying that it's very much possible that the issue with like his like opinion or whatever that you have with him is that like a lot of maybe he doesn't have a good imagination of what your storyboard entails is very much possible. Like because okay, the criticism he does not have very much motivation coming from like an overview can be like the feeling of a character not having motivation is something that is like generally built up through like chapter by chapter rather than like okay he has an overall motivation, if that makes any sense, because like like a character doesn't feel motivated just because he has an overarching goal. It has to be like he has to display that within his character is how I would put it. So just because
yes, he does, he sets out on a journey to collect people, basically. Not that sounds bad, but like he's trying to. I don't want.
Yeah. But okay, my point is not that. My point is not that you're incorrect or that he's incorrect, but that like there can be like the exit. Like I think it's possible that like his criticisms are coming from because he doesn't have a good vision of what your premise entails.
That
right?
could be. I'll go back and reread my stuff. Maybe I was unclear in certain places. Yada yada yada.
Yeah, but it's
like,
also just like because you're going to have a better idea of your own idea than everyone else is, right? Like if you explain to me your idea, I'm going to have a different vision of what you said than what you have, right? And like most likely yours is going to be closer to what the end product will be, right? Like whatever I envision from your like description is going to be something different, right?
Yeah. But I don't know. I feel we spent enough time on this. Point being, stay tuned. I'll keep my eye out and try to like see if anybody would be interested, and if you guys know anybody, refer my way. If like they want to make a manga of some sort. It's gonna be like probably the same genre as Berserk-ish.
I mean, I could try to help you if you really can't find anybody else. I can try to help you, but I'll just like let you know that
I feel like you're busy enough.
You can just like learn how to draw it yourself, because I think
it's
I mean,
hard.
since you're saying this is for your own enjoyment, so like like actual quality of it isn't the most important thing.
Oh, it's kind of.
I would not
maybe you
enjoy
should
a
try
shit
it.
manga even if I made it. But
I mean,
I was gonna say I
I
could
feel
pull
like if
an
you-
Attack on Titan and basically draw it myself, but the art looks kind of scratchy and weird. But low-key, Michael, have you ever read Made in Abyss?
I haven't read it now.
Okay, so the art style I want to go for is kind of like Made in Abyss plus Berserk, which is like really dense and it's like hard to do for sure. But it's kind of probably gonna end up looking more like early chapters of Attack on Titan, where it's just kind of scratchy and shit.
Wait,
can I say something fast? Real fast. So remember a few episodes back, I was like, I think I'm super arrogant and confident, and that's actually a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I just realized Skylar is like far more confident than I am.
What?
Yeah, I mean,
Like earlier in this episode, Skylar said Attack on Titan was one of the best mangas of this decade. And he literally just said he thinks he can pull off Attack on Titan, but just with like worse art.
yeah, but that's exactly what we were
That's
talking
not
about.
what I said. I just said.
Imagine
I said
like,
early Attack on Titan has bad art. I didn't say it was going to be on the level of Attack on Titan.
Yeah,
okay.
But like,
is that what you said? Okay, then I heard wrong, because I thought what you said was you can pull off like a story similar to like as high of quality as Attack on Titans, but just with worse art. Or I
No,
thought that
I don't know. I don't think it would be that good.
So I
But
guess, okay.
uh,
Because like imagine I was like, dude, I'm pretty sure my next song is gonna be the best song of the decade. The fuck? What the fuck?
no.
I was like, dude, I'm gonna go out and go fucking win like 5 Grammys next year. Like, what
5
the fuck?
Grammys.
yeah, my video game is literally going to be in the video game awards. Next year, easy.
Who's gonna sweep all the
Dude,
video game
my video
awards.
game company is gonna buy Tencent next year.
Next year, yeah.
No. Yeah, I mean, okay. Then I heard wrong. That's my bad.
Well,
I thought that's what you said, and I was just like, whoa.
Yeah, like Skylar, if you
That's
literally
the next
can't
level.
find anybody else, I can try to help you if you want. I'll just say that. What?
If I can't find anyone else, I'd rather put it on the back burner and like kind of shelve this project for now temporarily and until the right time, rather than try to force it. If I can say
Okay.
like, and more time for me to kind
to
of
make
brainstorm about
yourself.
the story is better and stuff.
Okay.
But
Michael, you started drawing like when? Like a few months back?
Technically around a year ago now, but I would
Okay.
say like I started.
It's like in a year, Skylar can pull it off, right? Think about it that way. It's
yeah,
definitely
if you continue practicing, I don't practice that
Yeah,
much even, so
100%.
you could probably get it done.
And then
in, like,
he doesn't even practice like specifically manga stuff, right? If you
Yeah.
practice like manga drawing specifically, then you could definitely pull it off.
because like not a lot, but there are specific manga that I read that like the art quality is like not even that high, and they're published in like actual magazines too. So like you can definitely get away with like lower quality. Like the drawing doesn't have to be that good; it just has to be like consistent. Like it has to have some sort of consistent quality, and then like it has to be like good enough, right? Like good enough is still hard to get to, I would say, but like
nah, you guys don't understand. But like, if it's not, I mean, I don't think it's gonna be the best thing I ever make. Like, assuming I let's say make more mangas, but like, I want it to be of a certain quality, so I don't want to half-ass it. So like this talk of
How high of a quality are you going for?
what? Wait, can I give you a numerical rating? I can't do that, right?
No,
just,
but like
just like as high as like would like the would like I don't know, like 10K views, 100K views.
no,
I wouldn't.
was more so
I wouldn't
thinking,
use
like,
those as metrics either.
no. Okay,
But,
so
like,
I'm
okay, but,
thinking
like-
you compare it to like manga
But it's like
that
compared to anime that is at that, you know,
no.
like
I wouldn't say like
obscure.
Well, I guess
you're-
I could say like I want the art style to look like Made in Abyss plus Berserkish, which like I don't. Do either of you know what those look like?
I know what Berserk looks
I'm
like.
searching
I don't
up
know
right
what
now.
Made in
I'm
Abyss.
looking at Berserk right now. I mean, Berserk looks really good. The manga.
Yeah, like
This
the
is
Berserk art
definitely
style.
more than
Like
a year of. This is
yeah,
like a
yeah. If you want to
lifetime
get to
of
Berserk
practice.
level, you would probably have to practice for like 2, 3, 4, 5 years, probably like 3, 4, 5 years, probably. If you want yourself
3 or
to
5,
get
5 years full time.
Yeah.
But
That's
for
like
you, more, much more. Because I mean, obviously, you're juggling like an engineering degree. So,
yeah. I mean, like,
um,
and I would say even like finding an artist who could do something like this would be very, very difficult because there probably doesn't exist
yeah.
many people who can.
Here,
who
this,
can-
this is what the Made in Abyss manga looks like.
I mean, we can search it up. You don't have to share screen.
Oh yeah, that's
I like this
that's-
kind
I
of
mean, yeah. Like
that'd be
I
very
feel like
hard.
if an artist can draw like this, okay, this is I'm not trying to offend you, but like if an artist is this good, they're probably not going to work with you, right?
Yeah,
Well,
probably.
with
But,
But like,
Nobody is,
I want to get here. is what I'm
Right,
saying.
yeah,
I-
yeah.
I want something that at least makes a approximation of this. I don't
Okay,
like
so-
it doesn't have to be.
in my opinion, I could probably get to the level where I could draw one panel of a manga in that style in like maybe like 6 months to a year. But it would take
6
me
months. I was like a week. I was thinking when you were saying that line.
Nah, this would take
no,
a while.
like get to that
Like,
level. Get to that level. Like,
oh.
like I could right now I'm not at the level where I could replicate that style yet. But like if I were to practice, I could probably get to that level within like 6 months to a year. But it would take me to replicate a full chapter of manga. If you want to say 30, like a 30-page full chapter of manga would probably take me like 3-4 months to be able to do something like that. So like to give you
Yeah.
some perspective on like how long it would take, if you look at like my current level at art and like however long you believe somebody would take to get to that level or whatever. But yeah, it's definitely like very difficult to be able to replicate this kind of art style, which is
It's so dense as well. I don't know. I think that's one of the things I like about it.
yeah. But I mean, like the exact reason why you like the reason like I mean. Berserk is like very popular not only because like you know the story is good or whatever. I mean I'm assuming at least, but
It's good.
also because like the art style is appealing to a lot of people, right? Like so like being able to recreate like one of the most famous manga of all time, like you know I would say probably within the top 10 or 20 most famous manga of all time, right? Would be like very impressive. Like that's a very high bar to set, right?
It looks so good, dude. And I'm just
Yeah, like
It looks so
I
good.
think I said this just now, right? Like I don't think you'll be able to find someone that can draw as good as this and willing to work with you.
But it's
Or
not.
essentially-
or I do a One Punch Man where I draw a shitty version and then like a really great artist
Yeah,
is like,
yeah.
hey, that's not bad. And then like,
Yeah,
let me help you
yeah.
out. But that's
But then
probably
you
not
have to
gonna
do
happen
that part first, right? Like you can't start with just the
Yeah.
artist.
So
Like you just start, you know.
But I think long story short, stay tuned. I do want to work with a partner though, because I feel like if it's just me, it's just gonna be like I'm gonna sidetrack it, whatever. Like having that dynamic of like an extra person kind of keeps me on track for things. I think.
I want to find a partner who's willing to do some stuff with me that is as motivated or like close to as motivated as me, because like every time I've worked in a team up until now, it's at the end, it's generally like I'm the one who's pushing to get.
Yeah, I know
everything.
exactly.
That's
how that
why-
feels.
That's why I gave up in bands like many years ago. Like I don't
Yeah.
want to be in a band because I just don't want to deal with band shit.
It's very hard because like
Fuck
this
bands.
summer when I was working with other people, like, I mean, I complained about it a lot, right? But like, in the end, it turns out
Yeah.
that like, if you're the most motivated person, it becomes very demoralizing at the end because you're the only one doing like most of the work at the end. So
That's why you just have a one man team. So like the thing I want is I want just like a bunch of people that I can just like casuals that I can just like throw music to and just ask them what they think. It's like either it's a music friend and then they're giving me like an opinion of another music creator, or just like people that don't really listen to music like you guys. So unfortunately, but not you guys specifically, but like my friends in general.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. But yeah. Yeah. Actually, the thing with music is that I can do collabs. So like I don't have to commit like a long time thing with another person, but I can still do like one song and shit. Which brings me to another topic because I have a song that's there's a new song that is a collab that I think is pretty good. So
Oh, really?
I'll probably show you guys.
All right, sweet.
Yeah.
Your collab?
Pretty poggers, the song. What?
Your collab?
Yeah, me with someone else.
I'm actually
The
curious.
friend of a
How
friend.
long does it take for you to like create one song? I'm just curious.
It depends. Like that's a horrible answer, I know, but it absolutely depends. Cause like the quality and like complexity of a song is like a lot of like it's there's a. It could be.
Dude, never
it
ask
could go from
artists how
like
long
very
it takes.
complex to like not complex at all.
Yeah,
right?
I mean that's true.
And then they're
Oh, okay.
both one song. So.
Can I?
Yeah. But for me, from start to finish, from like me writing it to finish, maybe 100 hours for
100 hours?
for recent songs.
Okay.
For recent songs. But there was one song in the last EP that took me like maybe 20 or probably less, to be
Wait,
honest.
which
Probably
one?
like 10.
Metropolis?
No, Bluebird.
Bluebird?
Metropolis was pretty fast as well, but Bluebird was like the one that I rushed out like, and it took me like 2 days to finish.
Interesting.
And that was like a fast one. But yeah. Sorry, I think Skylar was about to say something, and then I just like talked over him the whole time.
Did I
I don't know what he said.
I'm the memory of a goldfish. All right, and then the rest of the topics I have is like anime related things.
Okay, wait. Just one more thing on the manga.
Right.
One last thing.
Right.
So I think this harkens back to like what we said earlier about like faking it till you make it. I think like manga is like a perfect example of something where it's so much better if you can fake it till you make it. Like basically you have ultimate confidence that you're creating the best possible product that you're making. Like obviously like within your team, like you should have criticism and whatever, and like you should accept criticism and feedback, but like basically the idea that like you should have a lot of faith in yourself to like create the best possible product, because it will make it better in the end, in my opinion, like for these kind of approaches or like this kind of stuff, right?
I think it's different for art because it's like like so many things about art are like just so nebulous and hard to really put your finger on that. Like, yeah, I guess.
Okay, I mean, I think it applies to a lot of things in life, but okay. Anyway, that was just my last thing on this. So, Tiger, if you need to go, then
I don't have to go. How long do you guys think you'll talk about the anime stuff for?
Okay, so
Wait. Let me look at the next topic. So we have this anime. Is Gantz an anime?
Yeah, Gantz is a manga I read. That's freaking insane.
Okay. Omniscience.
I think we should just talk
Reader's
about
View.
one of these. Let's just talk about the Origairu because it's time sensitive, and then we can save these other ones.
Fine. All right. So, anime Oigairu, season 3 ended recently. Do I just right into what I think, or like Michael? Do you want to give your thoughts on that first?
I mean, I think like I already talked about most of my opinions on it. Like, it was good. I liked like basically the entire season. The ending was pretty good, and it had like a nice like ribbon ending where everything wrapped up, and it felt like pretty good at the end. It didn't like I didn't match the expectations I had of it, but perhaps they were too high. Basically, it was from a time when I was more potentially starry-eyed about anime at the time when I was watching it. So it's possible I had too high expectations coming into the season, but it was still like very solid, good ending, like overall good season, and like I don't have many complaints. Like everything about Origairu that I enjoyed in prior seasons still made an appearance, and yeah, like everything is like pretty clean. Art style was good. Everything else very clean. I don't really have much else to say other than that.
Okay. So I put down some of my thoughts and notes because I knew I was gonna forget. So first off, I liked it. I liked the ending. In contrast to how messy the middle of the season felt, and I think I said this before on previous episodes and to you guys privately, where it's basically like all this other shit that was happening. Like I feel like was just kind of around the main point, which is like Yukinoshita and Hachiman finally getting together, rather than like the build up to it and like the surrounding stuff. Like I really didn't care for the prom stuff, and like I don't know, like I didn't think that was like like it felt like a long tangent to get back to the main point, which was like that relationship. But when they did get back to it, like it made me remember why I liked the series. Like the last like 2-3 episodes were like, that's right. Like it was about this the whole time. It was about like when the teacher quoted back his speech to him in the beginning. Remember, like his essay from like the first episode of season 1, and and like the teacher quoted that back to him, and he like cringed, and I'm like, that's what it's about, man. That's exactly how it feels. That's like the core of this series, is him becoming a person who wouldn't say those types of things anymore. And like that was good, you know. And then they played the original OP. I think that was nice. And I could totally relate to that because I kept a journal for a little bit.
Actually,
yeah. What?
I cut you off there because this actually is since you said that, I'm curious how much time do you think has to happen for us to cringe at this podcast?
I don't know.
Start cringing at this podcast.
I would probably still laugh at it. I feel like my development will be increasingly a person who can laugh more and more at things, and I'll probably laugh at this in like, I don't know, 5 years, 10 years.
Okay. I think in a year from now I can probably cringe at some of the things I've said already, but
yeah, probably.
It depends on
Maybe.
what, like some things I think won't change very much. Like some of the stuff that we talked about, like philosophy towards like different things, I think like I will still maintain a lot of those ideas, but like some of the things in terms of like day to day or like creative things, like I'm saying like like the stuff that I talked about like my game or whatever, the stuff that I talked about like drawing or whatever, like I'm probably cringed like pretty quickly because like it's already to the like when you are improving like the most, once you get to like the next point of improvement, I guess, like, and then you look back at your previous ones, it's always like, oh, this is just like so sad. Like you were talking about earlier, like your like you were looking at your first songs, right? Like
yes.
Well, once I make
the funny thing is like because I knew they were bad, but I thought the production was bad, and then I heard the singing, and I was like, I cannot listen to this. I just physically cringe.
yeah, but like,
and then
like my point is like, once I make like my second or third game, I'll look back and maybe some of the things I said on this podcast, or like if I look at like some of the things I said about drawing or whatever, like it's probably like I'll probably like cringe. I'll be like, wow, this is like talking out of his ass or whatever, right? Like, but that's just how it is. So
right. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I was flipping through my notebook the other day, like look at my old projects, like, wow, this is all trash. Like, all trash, dude, all trash.
Yeah, but anyway. You have to start being trash before you can start being good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was letting that get in my way for a long time. Like, I didn't want to start new projects because I was like, oh, it's not going to be as good, or it's not going to be like a big jump forward from what I've done before. And I'd be like, fuck it, just do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a better attitude to have. I think people are sometimes too scared.
Ed Sheeran once said that you have to let all the muddy water out of your faucet. Where good water comes.
The muddy water?
Muddy water?
No, because he made an analogy where like the things you create is going to be shit for a long time, so you just have to like let all of the shitty water out first before you get the clean. Anyways, sorry. That was
I mean, I think
that was very cringy.
Personally, like
I keep saying the same thing, dude. This is like the theme of the podcast.
Yeah, but I think this is like a good message because like
positive and uplifting. Is, yeah. Hashtag empowered. Hashtag strong independent people.
Hashtag blessed.
Exactly. Hashtag blessed.
Yikesers. Big cringe. In
So
fact, I'm gonna cringe from that like a week.
I'm gonna laugh at that.
I'll cringe from that like whenever we fucking upload it.
Yeah.
If it ever does get
sorry.
uploaded, where's
Continue-
episode 10,
continue.
Tiger? Anyway.
Hey, I'm not getting paid here, okay? So I don't have to fucking do these outside. Sorry. Okay, continue on your manga stuff.
That was the bag. It was anime stuff. Anyway, so
Oh, yeah.
It was a nice throwback to the title, which is like the translated English titles. As expected, my youth love comedy was wrong, and I feel like it just tied back into this being a almost deconstruction. I don't know, Michael, would you agree with that? Like a deconstruction of romantic comedy anime.
Yeah, in a sense.
Yeah.
I think it's like a rom-com that like that like analyzed a lot of the points within like that like make rom-coms successful, I guess.
Yeah, and it was about rom-coms, and like I like the fact that it happened, like, but it didn't happen in the way that people expect watching an anime, right? Like, and even though I criticize the story for being kind of messy and whatever, like, you could honestly spin that into a strength because, like, you know, real life is kind of messy and there aren't like clear
it
endings
felt
and
much more
vagalities
like,
and stuff. And
Yeah.
so, like, even though I didn't really enjoy those parts of the series, I will begrudgingly admit that for some people that could be like a major strength of it. And I like the fact that there was heartbreak, like, what was her name? Yue Gahama.
Yeah.
You know, rip Yue Gahama. And that people kind of grew up and over these types of things. I think I would like a sequel series that like goes into like college and stuff, because I feel like that's also an interesting age to explore. But I've read somewhere that like in Japanese culture, their high school is the equivalent of like our college, where like you're supposed to be done maturing by the time you graduate high school. I don't know how true that is, or if that's, you know, wherever I read that from is just talking out of his ass. But I remember reading that somewhere. So, but like and they also have like another year left in high school in the series, right? Like,
Yeah.
their second years. Yeah, so it's like I would want to see, you know, how does the relationship progress? You know, just Irohas keeps nudging on Yue Gahama, like, doesn't matter that he's got a girl, just like make a move and whatever. Which, you know, classic Irohas, best girl. But yeah, and the thing that didn't like the freaking prom montage. I didn't really care for that. Like, who cares? You know, just give me more couple moments, right? Like, how great were the couple moments when they finally actually, after they got together and they like fully become like a couple? You know, like that's what the entire show has been building towards, and that gets sidelined for some prom montages. And I'm like, I don't care. Nobody cares. Whoever says they care is lying. Like, just give us more couple moments.
There was admittedly
Prom is a thing. I was gonna say prom is a thing in Japan.
No, it's not, but it's
not, but they
saw
made
it
it a
from
thing.
Western media, and that was like the plot point, basically.
Okay.
There was admittedly
guess-
not very
yeah,
much
just-
fan service, like fan service in the sense of like servicing fans that enjoyed the coupling of Yuki Noshita and Hachiman, right?
I don't know if like that's fan service, but I don't even know if I would say that's like strictly fan service, because that's like in service to the plot, right? Like these are the two central characters. They finally get together.
No, but you can
like,
have plot related fan
be
service,
fan
like-
service. Yeah.
But there was not very much fan service, like not in the sense of like ecchi fan service or whatever, but like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
There just wasn't very much of it, admittedly, which, you know, I would have liked to see a little bit more, but you know, I'm fine with it. It's okay.
I want more, dude. But anyway, to wrap a nice bow on this series, it was good. I liked it. I think I would have liked it even more if I had if they hadn't waited so long for season 3.
Yeah,
and I could
agree.
see it before I like am fully in college, just because like I don't know, I feel like the college perspective is just very different, and like a lot of this stuff kind of just feels so childish in a sense. Like in the moment, it doesn't feel that way, right? Like I remember being in high school, and I remember being in these types of situations, or hearing about people who are in these types of situations, and like it's different. It's really like high school feels so small once you're out of it.
I agree. I think everything, like, you always gain like more perspective as you go on in life, right? Like, so whenever you look backwards, you don't have the same perspective that you had while you're in the moment. Because like
I stayed an extra year in high school, and my friends from Avon had already graduated. And I remember like talking to them while I was still in high school, and they're like, "Oh yeah, like, don't worry about it. Once you're out, like the world just kind of opens up for you almost." And while it wasn't quite that dramatic, I do see what they meant. Like high school just feels so small at this point.
Yeah, I mean, like I enjoyed my time in high school, but like it's like forgotten. Like it doesn't matter that I got like whatever. Like I got it like a 4.0 and like, or I failed that like one physics exam at the time or whatever. But like, I may have been panicking back then, but like, realistically right now, like who cares, right? Like it doesn't matter anymore.
I don't know. Your parents, maybe. You failed exam, Makoto.
I mean, you
Great dishonor.
UCSD, what are you talking about? Tie it back to the original.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I'm going to UCSD. I can't believe that I'm such
settled
a
for so less,
I
Michael.
settled for so little, and I'm going to a school with a bunch of what was it, like unmotivated individuals or something. I don't know. The fucking 32%.
How
oh my
do you
God.
feel being so unmotivated?
Yeah, but anyway,
How dare you go to a school where people have an IQ below 150?
yeah,
It's like-
imagine going to a school with people who don't have 300 IQ. Fucking
Exactly.
amateurs. But anyway, so
You belong with those monkeys, Michael.
yeah, like I was looking, like this wasn't like that recent, but like a couple, like 2 or 3 months ago, I was looking back at some of the stuff that, like some forum posts that I made when I was like 14 or something, like close to the beginning of high school.
You made foreign posts?
Yeah, this was
When
in
you're 14? On where?
Smoke on Smoke on Smoke on.
Madman,
Smoke on.
dude.
Yeah, but the way that I would talk, and like the way that the way that I would type and like send messages and stuff is just completely different. Like I just find it so cringe. It's just like, this is completely different from like how I am right now. But like,
Dude, I don't have any forum posts from back then. Fuck.
Reddit posts or something.
Do I have Skype logs?
Maybe Facebook posts for me.
I didn't really use Reddit back then. I didn't use Facebook. I use Skype, but I don't think I can dig up the Skype.
What?
Yeah,
logs.
but there's forum
Skype
posts that I saw.
fam.
There, Skype posts. I've seen a lot of stuff from back then. And
I mean,
it's
I do
like-
have like songs. It's really bad.
Yeah, it's super cringe,
Or-
right? But like, it's okay now. But like, that's part of I think the appeal of Origairu. I think like Hachimon's like character arc is like very good because like it's not something that like you notice right like episode to episode. Oh, he's changed, right? But like throughout the course of the series, like he becomes like a different person, right? And like that's the kind of character building that I like enjoy the most, because like it's not about like okay, he accomplished some goal and that because of that it changed him or whatever. It's like the buildup of all the experiences that he had throughout the course of the series were like ultimately contributors towards his like character development, which like personally in my opinion, like anime that are able to like do very good character development, I often like give the highest praise to, because I think that's the most interesting and most difficult aspect of like media to nail down. So like,
I mean, Kirito grew a lot from episode 1.
shut the fuck up.
Kirito? Were you trying to say Kirito? Oh my god, you absolute brainlet.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
He called him
Did I say that wrong?
Kirito.
I mean, that is how you spell his name.
I mean,
It's K-I,
it's okay.
dude. K-I. You said it was
Yeah,
like
that's what I
K-E.
said. No, I didn't. I was like,
heard,
it's
I heard
Kirito.
key. Wait, no, now I'm saying it correctly.
No, Ki is K-I, yeah.
Yeah, he's like Kirito.
What the fuck?
Did you say Kirito? I heard something else. I did not.
Skylar's father's...
You're
I
trolling.
did not register that was Kirito for like a solid 2 seconds.
Dude, how... In what world will I mispronounce the main character for the best anime of the decade?
True,
But yeah,
true.
so,
Alright,
like-
I don't know. Maybe the same guy who can't say Vietnamese correctly.
Yeah, man. I mean, okay, that's like a really bad joke.
Vienna is like another place, right? Like Vietnamese.
Vienna?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you won't say Vietnamese. Like,
That's
yeah,
not
no,
how
you
you
won't say that.
How do you say people from
Yeah, you
Vienna
won't
then?
say
People from Vienna. Vienna is just a city.
Yeah. Vienna is Vienna.
Vienna? Oh,
No,
that
but,
sounds
like,
kind of
you
cool.
don't. What do you?
We're
What do you
getting
call people
sidetracked.
from Los Angeles? Do you call them like Los Angelesians or something?
Los Angeles.
Like,
Los
what the
Angeles.
fuck?
Angeles.
Wait, is no, yeah.
We should make that a
People
thing.
from-
Yeah, I mean, you just say people from Los Angeles. It's just a city, right? Like,
Holy
Anyway.
shit! Holy shit!
what?
What?
It is Viennese.
What? Really?
I'm
Yo!
not even trolling. It is Viennese. I'm cutting this
900
part out
IQ.
of this podcast.
I told you,
Actually, it's
baby.
Viennese.
I told you,
cutting
fucking.
this part out.
Dude, I swear I heard Vietnamese
I'm
before
cutting it
somewhere.
out. I'm cutting it out.
Okay, anyway.
Just so you know, this will not be in the final podcast.
Getting back to
The
my
Viennese walls,
point,
dude.
like,
I fucking called it. Anyway,
How is actually is Viennese? What the fuck? Why?
fuck?
Because
Yeah,
like
I didn't know that.
Venice is Venetian.
get schooled,
why
you
is-
brainlets.
okay, I apologize.
Why is it called?
I was wrong.
This is the small W that I can take home this week.
But yeah, like,
Wait,
I
I'm
think
gonna search this up. I'm gonna.
Oregairu
sorry,
is
continue,
definitely
yep.
going to be like when everything is like, you know, right now I would say it's probably like my second or third favorite rom-com series like of all time as like a overall product.
Should I watch it then?
Yeah, I still feel like
Should I watch it then?
Sakuroso is probably
because I enjoyed
better.
it.
Sakuraso is definitely my favorite.
Yes,
and
I would
then-
agree. Sakuroso is probably better.
Oregairu and
Should I try to watch it? Considering I like Nisekoi.
Wait,
I
what do
like
you like?
Nisekoi.
I think it's like a very different branch than Nisekoi.
If
You
you
would
want
probably find it
Nisekoi-
very cringe, to be honest. Like that would be my.
I mean, I found Nisekoi cringe back in the day, but yeah.
that was back in the day.
Probably-
I would say
I feel like if I watched Nisekoi now, I would cringe way too hard to actually finish
Yeah.
it.
honestly, me too. And I watched Nisekoi, dude.
I mean, you could try it. It's basically like at the beginning, he's like a very edgy. I mean, he's still kind of edgy at the end, but like it basically like it's like a very edgy kid, and then he like kind of grows into like a normal functioning person in society, kind of like.
Shit, we talked about this earlier. I haven't even finished from The Mandalorian yet. Fuck. I'll probably watch that first, but yeah.
Did you get to the Bill Burr episode yet?
Or what? No. Do not spoil. I'm on the I'm on the fourth one. or I finished three. Wait, it's spelled what? Or
Oregairu.
Oregairu.
Yeah, that's the abbreviation that most people will use. But yeah, I would say like, you know, I put it on the same level as like Toradora, and like Golden Time in terms of like all-time rom-com series is like how I would put it.
I would say Torador's better, but Oregairu is better than Golden Time, I think.
what the fuck?
Yeah,
Oregairu season 3 to be streamed exclusively on Epic Games.
Just use like
Random
what?
ass fucking. I don't fucking know. This is what it says. According to AnimeMaru.com.
Wait, we're hitting the 2-hour mark. I was
Yeah,
gonna talk about
shit.
Gantz, but we can probably talk about this another
Yeah,
time.
no. I would say like this seems like you probably have a lot of stuff to talk about, so we can just leave it for another
Wait,
time.
these characters are in high school, right?
Yeah, they're in high school.
Why are there pictures of them being dressed in very I don't know,
Wait, what?
Why do you
very
ask?
revealing maid costumes?
Ooh.
Because
Uh,
they're in high school.
What do you want me to
I'm just
answer?
kidding.
What do you want me to tell you?
Okay.
Anime-
I'm kidding.
Because Japan.
I mean, I'm not, but I wasn't actually looking for an answer.
Dude, because
Anyways.
Japan.
Yeah, basically.
Basically because Japan.
So now I'm curious. Is
I
it
find
because
the Japanese fetishization of high school as a concept so interesting?
no? I think it definitely exists in the West.
Does it?
Every like few years, there's like a like a film that's or like a
Yeah.
very well produced, highly highly acclaimed, like essentially a fuck. What's the term? There's a term for this type of film. Coming of age films. Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like
Of
chick
essentially portraying some high school people or yeah.
It's very popular.
students.
Although we talked about this
Basically
before, it's very
growing,
very popular in Japan, but it's also like slowly moving away from it because I feel like less and less we see rom-coms being set in high school, and it's more and more being set in there's still high school stuff, but it's also like there's starting to become like a mix of like college series.
College shows.
Look at this.
College shows.
Look at this. Lady Bird came out in 2018, 99% on Rotten Tomatoes. But it's basically about this girl in Catholic school. And
Yeah,
it's
like,
just, coming.
But like if you look at the ones,
it's definitely a thing in the West.
yeah. But like if you look at
Yeah.
the ones coming out in recent years that have been popular, like Grand Blue, and then like
Grand Blue's
Honey,
amazing.
Rent a Girlfriend that came out like literally last season. That was also set in college. So like it's
If you like Nizuko, you might like Rent a Girlfriend.
Dude, and like all the like full. Oh, fuck, what's that fucking book called? Fault in Our Stars. In Our Stars, yeah. And then like Hunger Games or something. I think Hunger Games, the character is like a teen,
Katniss
right?
is like
I think.
16, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I mean,
this
hasn't
is
the
definitely
young
a thing
adult
in the West?
The young
Not
adult
it's
genre has kind of died
not
down a bit, though.
exclusively Japanese thing.
Yeah, but I mean, I think like a lot of it has to do with because like I don't know if you guys agree with me or not on this, but like I think like during our high school years is probably the time that you change like the most because like at least in my opinion, like I was very immature during middle school, and then like the first like during those high school years is where I feel like I've changed the most so far.
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, so far for sure, but I
mean,
think,
it could
I don't
like
know,
my
by the time
perspective
you're,
could
like,
change. Yeah.
70, so you probably have a different opinion on that. But yeah.
But I mean that's just like a perspective. Like at least like one of the major changes in my life, even if it won't be the most major change, but like during that time in high school is definitely like one of the.
Dude, just
major...
wait till Michael becomes a father. That'll be a huge change.
Anyway, so since it's hitting the 2 hour mark,
Wait, remember a few episodes ago, Michael was like, "I have to start with that dating game or not game."
yeah.
I have to.
Yeah, just to get into the
How's
dating
that?
game, dude.
I said
How's that going?
I said once COVID blows over, I'll
Okay.
and I get back on
You can
campus.
check the pause on that.
Yeah, because I'm still at home right now, so like, yeah. I mean, what am I gonna do? I live in fucking
Fair.
Orange County.
That's fair enough. Fair enough.
So since we are hitting close to the 2 hour mark, any last thoughts that we want to give before we end the episode?
All 2 of our viewers,
Michael, don't be late.
we have returned.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You know,
I'm very sorry. I'm scared.
It's been a hiatus and a half, but we're back. You know, with the boys, the podcast
It's been 3
that's
weeks,
going
right?
to.
Because last
Yeah, it was
week
3 weeks.
I was like,
And
I
also,
can't do it,
episode
and
10
then-
never went up. So like,
Then the week before.
Well, yeah, but
I
it's
think-
only been 2 weeks
Can't remember what
since our
happened.
last upload. I think like 2 or 3 weeks since our last upload.
oh really? Okay.
Because
anyway.
we uploaded episode 9 when we like after we finished.
No, it's gonna be a lot
After
more.
finish
Actually,
time.
no. When this comes out, it's gonna be maybe 1 week because I'll put up 10, or no, not I'll put up, but I'll compile 10 for Michael to put up maybe tomorrow,
Oh, okay.
and then this might come up after we record the next one next week. So it's probably 1 week by
Yeah.
the time they hear this.
Thanks to our sponsor,
Anyways.
Bookwalker.
Thanks to our sponsor, fucking Skylar's manga.
Genshin
Nord.
Impact.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was gonna be like NordVPN, dude.
Dude, we didn't talk about Genshin Impact.
Oh wait, we should put that
Oh,
out. For
maybe we
next week.
should.
Holy shit!
All right.
Next episode.
Peace out. Outro music, go.